Okay, I think we're good to go. Good morning. How are you? My name is Matthew. You are in the moment. Here we are. It's a Wednesday morning, 4th day of June. A few things here on the whiteboard that I'm going to share with you. Just observations that I have made over the last few days. And if you have never seen me before, if you don't know what this live stream is all about, this is something that I've been doing since March of 2017. So this is really therapy for me. I'm just sharing what's going on in my world and but just seeing if it's relatable to you. So if you're watching this live, please feel free to leave comments. If you're watching this at your leisure, please, again, leave comments. I just like the back and forth. It's how I have been communicating with people, friends, family, and people that I've never met over the last 8 years. So I'm going to continue to do that. So I just want to tell you about what's going on. Like 48 hours ago, and this is for anyone who was ever, and again, this goes right into making what's going on in my world relatable to you, because I know there are people out there who suffer from episodes of vertigo. And I have had episodes of vertigo my entire life. Like sometimes I can go years without having an episode. But I do remember my earliest episodes of vertigo were going back to like the late 70s. Learning later on in life, trying to figure out what those episodes were, not really knowing at the time if it was a panic attack or anxiety. I just know that the room was spinning. So I connect the dots. So I have had episodes of vertigo throughout my entire life. I have never been hospitalized by episodes of vertigo, but 48 hours ago, we're talking the early morning hours of Monday. Here we are Wednesday, so just 48 hours ago, I was horizontal most of the day. It started about 4 o'clock in the morning. I have never had an episode of vertigo that bad. It was definitely the worst experience. It was so bad that I was physically ill, which is really strange. I'm not used to being physically ill. So I was a little worried. Wasn't able to go to work that day. Again, it was just a day of being absolutely horizontal. So, and I had ringing in my ear. I do experience, and maybe you do as well. I know people who have had tinnitus for decades. So it comes and goes. I know many people who have ringing in their ears continuously, and I have been getting ringing in my ears more often, which is concerning. I don't know if there's anything you can really do about it. I'm just glad that when it does, get that high-pitched or whatever frequency is buzzing in your ear, it's always comforting when it goes away. But I know there are people that is just there 24/7. So going back to the vertigo, have you ever had an episode of vertigo? And I know people that have been hospitalized, not just for the night, but for days. Thankfully, that's never been that severe for me, but missing a day of work due to the fact that the room, not only was the room spinning with my eyes closed or open, the room was spinning, and objects were getting so close to me, my eyeballs were sore. But the objects, even with my eyes closed, the objects would get so close to me that it felt like it was like a crushing image. It's hard to explain, but that was my Monday, my early Monday morning, horizontal the rest of the day. So just putting it out there. Have you ever had episodes of vertigo? Please feel free to share in whatever detail you'd like. Just a yes or no. Just a yes or no. This is something else I want to talk about. Again, this is just a few things that I've written down on the whiteboard, and most of the things that I'm going to talk about are still relevant. But this next one here comes from the state of Arkansas, where last week a former, I think he was a former law enforcement in Arkansas was serving time. He somehow made a fake security jacket and was let out of the prison by a guard on duty who didn't ask him for identification. So that manhunt continues. As of last night, that manhunt still continues. They believe that he is still in the state of Arkansas. So the question to you is, what is your worst workplace blunder? What is something that you have done at work that was just, perhaps it led to your firing? Because I have plenty of stories. Trust me, I have plenty of stories of being let go. Some of the best stories are being let go from the same radio station 3 times. We're going back to my early 20s. I was a bit of a drinker back then. I haven't had a drink in like over 20 years. So anyway, getting off topic. Thank you for hanging out. It's a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday, this 4th day of June. Beautiful weather here in the port city of Halifax, Nova Scotia. Going to be nice all day today. The weather is nice tomorrow. And then I believe, because the weekend I have off, I have Saturday and Sunday off. I believe that's when the clouds and the showers roll back in. But clouds and showers, I'll take that over to some of the things that you and I have both seen play out on TV. So many people are live streaming natural disasters, and I want to talk about a couple of them. I think it was just yesterday, within the last 36 hours, Mount Etna in Italy erupted. You can see the footage of dozens and dozens and hundreds of people fleeing, these tourists fleeing this eruption of Mount Etna. So that was really interesting to see. A couple of weeks ago, we all saw the village of Blatten in Switzerland. It was just completely flattened, demolished, destroyed by this Birch Glacier. And I'm not even gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say that was probably attributed to the fact that we have a rising temperature on this planet. Just gonna put that out there. The wildfires, just keeping with the natural disasters. My advice to you at night, don't watch. I love watching the news at night. I just have to get caught up, and I watch David Muir, The World Tonight. That's where I get my news, because it's just news from all over the world. And the wildfires, the wildfires right here in this beautiful nation, Manitoba, Saskatchewan. Thousands of people have been, air evacuated. The military is up there helping people to get out. I know there's not enough resource to help people out in the immediate. It's just completely devastating. Here we are, just the early part of June. We just have so many uncontrolled, out of control fires in Saskatchewan, Manitoba. That smoke, I heard that the smoke has reached as far south in the States as Georgia. It's here on the East Coast, and I heard last night that smoke from those fires in the prairies have reached Europe. So the weather that we have, I hope you're having a great day. But I guess my question with the natural disasters, we're talking like glaciers breaking away and just completely annihilating villages. We're talking about volcanoes. Have you ever had to run for your life due to a natural disaster? Have you ever been outside? Where have you been, if ever, where the weather just caught you off guard and it was fight or flight? Have you ever been in that situation? Talking about fighting, this is going to be an epic rematch from last year's Stanley Cup. We have the Edmonton Oilers hosting the Florida Panthers tonight in Game 1. In 12 hours, just over 12 hours, they will be dropping the puck in Edmonton. I have said before this series even started, before the last series started, I'm here on camera in a live stream telling you that Edmonton is going to win the Stanley Cup 4-2. Now, I might be off with that number, but I'm going to guarantee you, and I'm not jinxing it. All you have to do is watch Edmonton play. No one is stopping that freight train. So really, really fun hockey to watch, and I'm glad it's beginning again tonight. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup 2025, Florida in Edmonton. Game 1, probably drop the puck a little after 9 o'clock Atlantic. A couple of individuals that we lost that maybe, if I say their name, I know if I say their name, you may not recognize who they are. I'm going to put out two names, individuals who passed away last week, and I'm not talking about George Wendt. This was after George Wendt, but two actors, Ed Gale, Ed Gale, and this actor here you might be more familiar with, Loretta Swit. Those two actors passed away. Loretta Swit played Major Houlihan in, I believe, 240 of 251 episodes of MASH. The final episode of MASH had over 106 million viewers. So losing Loretta Swit from the show MASH, I believe Loretta Swit was 86, 87. And the other actor that I mentioned, Ed Gale, you may not know who Ed Gale was, but you're probably very familiar with one of the characters that he played. The individual who was inside the Chucky costume was Ed Gale. So the actor who played Chucky, Chucky was, it's a classic. That was out when I was into, that type of horror. I remember beautiful days like today, putting up blankets in the picture window and darkening a room and watching horror movies for like 3 or 4 hours on a beautiful summer day. Yes, I went through that phase. So Ed Gale, who played Chucky, passed away last week. I just wanted to pass it along to you. I started just a couple more things. And again, this is just on my whiteboard. Nothing here is, there's no script. It's unrehearsed, it's live, it's unedited. I'm just in here having fun, just some therapy for me. A couple of things I'm going to finish on. Blues Traveler was on Spotify, and I heard someone playing, there was a combination of Gin Blossoms. I know I'm going back. Blues Traveler and Gin Blossoms, and they were playing their songs together in like a medley, and it was just amazing. But the lead singer of Blues Traveler plays the harmonica. Fantastic. I didn't realize how much I liked the sound of the harmonica. So is that an instrument that you like? What's your favorite type of mouth instrument? Maybe you like someone playing the trumpet or the saxophone or the harmonica. What mouth piece is your favorite to listen to? I was really a big fan of, and I just really love the sound of Blues Traveler. I'm going to kind of apologize for not having talk radio up for the last month or so. It's nice to take a break. There is an individual that I want to reach out to and hopefully get on the program for this Sunday. That being said, leads me right into the unhoused crisis that continues here. And just within the last week, with news reports, I know that they're putting the number out there in a survey. They're actually talking to the people. Right now, the number just released, just over 1,100 people in the HRM are sleeping rough. That number, I guess, has doubled in the last couple of years. That's not surprising. But in a survey, they're finding out that 39% of the people that they're talking to, when they ask them, what's the reason? Why are you out here on the street? Why are you unhoused? What is the major circumstance that put you out here? And 39% of the individuals said they just can't keep up with the cost of living. Listen, I'm no economist, but I can tell you, and Q104, the radio station here in Halifax, has put this, these latest numbers up on their page, and we're close to 250 comments. I can only imagine what some of those comments are. But if you are not making, it's got to be a livable wage. It can't be minimum wage anymore, because the cost of living is going up. All the corporations want more. So you have more money going out than you have coming in. It's simple math. If you're a renter, you're a number. You are a unit number. Yeah, they might know your last name, but you are a unit number. And if it comes a point where you can't pay to be in the unit that you've been in, then someone else is going to occupy that space. That's just the way it is. So the cost of living is just absolutely skyrocketing, and everyone's making the same wage. So it's simple math. So yes, I'm not surprised at all that the number is doubled. And I've been telling people that I keep phone notes and I meant to write down, and they're just simple observations. Sandy, hello, how are you? Just simple observations of what I see every day when I leave this house. And this is what I saw last night after I left work at the art gallery in downtown Halifax. I know for a fact, and people walked by these two individuals all night, I know for a fact that there were two people, two individuals sleeping on the ledge of the TD Bank in downtown Halifax last night. That is a fact. That is a fact because I saw it with my own eyes. I know one of those individuals. I have had many conversations with one of those individuals. As I continue further on out of the city, on Barrington, making my way home, I see another individual with his bike and his belongings, make his way through the fence, the wooden fence. It's not barriered off, and walk down into the green space along Barrington, like down into the woods, into the darkness. I can guarantee you not one person watching the show would do what that individual had to do. So yeah, I'm not surprised by the numbers at all. It's a shame that we probably spent thousands and thousands of dollars just on getting people out there to do the surveys. Let's cap the rent, because when the rent continues to climb, we've seen the rent in this unit here go up $200, $250. So it's going to get to a point where we're going to have to tap out. And that's where I encourage renters in Nova Scotia. Know your rights. If you don't know your rights, call someone who can literally hold your hand. If you're ever feeling threatened, I've never heard of more reno evictions and just people being evicted with, slapping a notice on the door and giving people 24 hours notice. In no reality is that legal. So just know your rights. This is, I can say, in my 52 plus years on this spinning rock hurling through the universe, this is the most intense, uncertain times that I've experienced. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not scared. I'm kind of excited of the changes. There is this paradigm shift, and it's nice to see what we're seeing south of the border is just the tail end of chaos. The tail end of chaos. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, listen. Truth from the booth. It's back. When it's back, I do want to, like I said, there is an individual. The information I just told you about the number of people who were outside. This individual has been outside for the entire time that I've known him. I'm talking like a year and a half. So that in itself, the fact that I know so many people who I don't think people can understand. There is zero escape from the elements. You're outside the entire time, and you're going back into a tent. Doesn't matter if it's a 10-man tent or a 2-man tent. You're going back and cocooning and hoping that you're safe for the night. It's just, I can't imagine how little sleep individuals who are out there in survival mode. I just can't imagine. I just can't. Okay, I've said what I needed to say. The whiteboard is empty, and if you have never seen this before, this is therapy for me. Someone left a comment in a show that I did a while ago, and it was basically WTF, who cares? Well, this is more for me, because think about it. I'm looking at myself right now. I don't see an audience. So again, I'm just putting my life out there, and if it's relatable to you, fine. If it's not, just keep scrolling. There's zero obligation to watch what I'm doing. That I can guarantee. Okay, listen, the whiteboard is empty. I'm going to get ready for work. Going to have a beautiful walk into the city. It's a gorgeous day here in Halifax, and I can't wait for 9 o'clock tonight for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Who do you think's going to win? Let's bring the cup home. Let's bring the cup home north of the border. Yes? I wonder if there'll be a tariff on that. Okay, my name is Matthew, and you are currently caught up in the moment.